For decades, the Real McCoys charmed audiences with Grandpa Amos ruling the hills and the McCoy family keeping hearts and humor alive. But that was only what we saw on screen. Off camera, the actors lived lives far less scripted. By 2026, some faced heartbreaking losses, while others reinvented themselves in ways fans could never have predicted. Join us as we uncover the shocking and inspiring updates on the Real McCoys cast, then and now. Walter Brennan as Grandpa. Amos McCoy. Walter Brennan was born in 1894 in Massachusetts, USA. At 63 years old, he played Grandpa Amos McCoy, the sharp-witted, stubborn patriarch in the Real McCoys. His performance anchored the series, providing humor and authority that kept the family drama grounded. This role would become one of the defining parts of his later career. Off-screen, Brennan had a stable family life that contrasted with his fiery persona. He married Ruth Caroline Wells in 1920, and together they raised 3 children while managing a 12,000-acre ranch in Oregon. Despite his public controversies, including outspoken political views and accusations of racism, Brennan maintained a devoted household. His personal stability allowed him to continue performing in other projects like Kentucky, 1938, and The Westerner, 1940, proving his enduring presence in Hollywood. Brennan faced severe physical challenges throughout his life. He survived a mustard gas attack in World War I, leaving him with a high-pitched voice and a limp. A film set accident in 1932 caused additional injuries, and later in life, he battled emphysema, which ultimately led to his death. Even with these health issues, he continued to act in films and television, showcasing resilience alongside his professional achievements. Walter Brennan passed away on September 21, 1974, at the age of 80 from emphysema. He was interred alongside his wife Ruth, who later died at 99. His legacy reflected his Oscar-winning performances, his television legacy, and his business interests in the Real McCoys. Richard Crenna as Luke McCoy. Richard Crenna was born in 1926 in Los Angeles, California, USA. At 31 years old, he played Luke McCoy, the calm, dependable husband in the Real McCoys. His portrayal provided balance to the family's story, giving the audience a sense of stability and relatability amid Grandpa Amos's antics. This role became a stepping stone in a career that spanned decades across radio, television, and film. The stability of Luke McCoy contrasted sharply with the pressures Crenna faced behind the scenes. After a brief first marriage to Joan Gisham, he married Penny Sweeney in 1959, and together they raised 3 children. This family foundation allowed him to pursue challenging roles beyond sitcoms, including Colonel Troutman in the Rambo trilogy and a dramatic turn in Body Heat, 1981. Even as his career flourished, Crenna confronted intense professional and personal demands. He earned an Emmy in 1985 for his performance in The Rape of Richard Beck and continued to appear in high-profile projects like Rambo, First Blood Part 2, and Slattery's People, 1964, balancing mainstream success with critical acclaim. Crenna's final years were marked by a difficult battle with pancreatic cancer. On January 17, 2003, he passed away from heart failure during treatment at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles at the age of 76. His long career left more than 70 major motion pictures and countless television appearances as a testament to his enduring talent and dedication. His disciplined work ethic and memorable supporting roles solidified his legacy as one of Hollywood's most reliable character actors. Kathleen Nolan as Kate McCoy. Kathleen Nolan was born Joyce Schrum on September 27, 1933, in Missouri, USA. At 24 years old, she played Kate McCoy, the young wife and emotional anchor in The Real McCoys, 1957. Her performance balanced Grandpa Amos's stern personality while becoming the heart of the show's family dynamic. Her grounded portrayal quickly made her indispensable on set, but behind the scenes, challenges were already looming. Nolan's early career was marked by stage experience, beginning at just 13 months old on the Goldenrod stage, and later appearances on Broadway and in television anthologies like Studio One and Kraft Television Theater. Yet her trajectory was abruptly interrupted when, on February 23, 1961, a runaway horse on set threw her to the ground. Nolan spent 4 months in the hospital, and the temporary removal of her character affected the show's continuity, foreshadowing later conflicts with producers over fair compensation. After leaving the show, Nolan married Richard Heckenkamp in November 1962 and gave birth to her son Spencer Garrett, now a Hollywood actor. Although the marriage ended in divorce in May 1965, Nolan turned adversity into activism. She made history in 1975 as the first female president of the Screen Actors Guild, SAG, serving 2 terms until 1979, and was later appointed to the board of the Corporation for Public Broadcasting by President Jimmy Carter in 1978. Her later work includes advocacy for actor rights and mentoring young performers. As of 2026, Kathleen Nolan is 92 years old and remains the oldest surviving cast member of the Real McCoys. Her estimated net worth is around $4 million, accumulated through her acting career, union leadership, and strategic advocacy. She is remembered as a trailblazer who transformed personal setbacks into milestones for women in Hollywood and continues to inspire new generations of actors. Michael Winkelman as Little Luke. Michael Winkelman was born in 1946 in the United States. At 11 years old, he played Little Luke, the freckled, chubby youngest child in The Real McCoys, 1957. His natural charm and comic timing brought warmth to the show, influencing later performances in similar family sitcoms and inspiring directors. Off-screen, Winkelman faced intense pressure from a family with 4 generations in theater. By age 9, he was pushed into acting, and despite early success, his career collapsed abruptly at 15, when his character was written out on February 1, 1962, due to a storyline joining the military. His final on-screen appearance was a small guest role in The Munsters, 1965. This transition marked the start of personal and professional hardships that followed him into adulthood. After leaving Hollywood, Winkelman served in the U.S. Navy during the Vietnam War. Returning home, he could no longer rely on his early fame and spent 3 decades working as a groundskeeper at Universal Studios, often on the very sets where he had once starred. His life illustrates the harsh realities that many child actors face after sudden career disruptions, living quietly behind the scenes despite a bright start. Michael Winkelman passed away suddenly on July 27, 1999, just a month after turning 53, in Los Angeles. The family has kept the cause of death private, though he was buried with full military honors at Riverside National Cemetery. His net worth at the time of death was estimated under $100,000, reflecting a life of early fame overshadowed by later obscurity. Lydia Reed as Hassie McCoy. Lydia Reed was born on August 23, 1944, in Mitchell Field, New York. At 13 years old, she played Hassie McCoy, the spirited teenage granddaughter in The Real McCoys, 1957. Her portrayal captured the awkward humor and emotional turbulence of adolescence, making Hassie a relatable and endearing presence that resonated with audiences across America. Behind the camera, she managed 3 hours of schooling on the Desilu lot, private afternoon lessons, and 2 evening classes each week, all while navigating the pressures of early fame. To protect her identity at school, she adopted the pseudonym Tracy, hiding the fact that she was a working actress. The intensity of her schedule left little room for normal teenage life, and by the time the series concluded at age 18, Reed had already decided to step away from Hollywood entirely, despite prior successes, including Broadway appearances with Helen Hayes and her role as Grace Kelly's sister in High Society, 1956. As she transitioned into adulthood, Reed focused on building a private, stable life away from the glare of the entertainment industry. Her first marriage, to Byron George Stiegemeyer, ended quickly in 1965, a tumultuous start that contrasted with her later union. In January 1967, she married Mario Rodolfo Travaglini, and the couple had 2 daughters, Anna and Cristina. Choosing the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles as her sanctuary, Reed deliberately avoided public appearances and declined reunion projects, including offers in 2000, prioritizing her family and personal well-being over fame. Although she withdrew from acting, Reed remained quietly engaged with life's milestones, raising her children and managing personal investments that would provide financial security. Occasional profiles, such as the 2016 book Ex-Child Stars, Where Are They Now?, have chronicled her story, noting the deliberate and thoughtful life she built away from cameras and scripts. As of 2026, Lydia Reed is 81 years old and remains out of the public eye. She has maintained financial stability through real estate investments, with an estimated net worth of around $1.5 million. Her journey stands as a testament to the power of personal choice and resilience, showing that success can be measured not only by fame, but by the life one creates beyond the spotlight. Andy Clyde as George McMichael. Andy Clyde was born on July 24, 1892, in Blairgowrie, Scotland. At 65 years old, he played George McMichael, the frugal, quarrelsome neighbor in The Real McCoys, 1957. His sharp, comic timing and expressive performances brought a memorable layer of humor to the show, perfectly balancing Grandpa Amos's stern personality and giving the sitcom a distinct, relatable charm. Clyde's path to television stardom was forged over decades of hard work and versatility. He became a staple in Columbia Pictures comedy shorts, appearing in over 79 films, and gained fame as California Carlson in the Hop-Along Cassidy series, as well as contributing to The Range Rider and No Time for Sergeants. These roles cemented his reputation as a reliable character actor whose presence could enliven any scene. Behind the humor, Clyde's life was marked by tragedy and resilience. His only son, John Allen, died suddenly of meningitis in 1944 at the age of 9, leaving him and his wife, former model Elsie Mae Tarrin, heartbroken. Despite the devastation, Clyde continued performing for another 23 years, appearing in films and television with quiet determination, never allowing personal sorrow to interrupt his professional dedication. His marriage provided stability amid the relentless demands of the entertainment industry, even as grief remained a constant shadow. Clyde's health eventually caught up with him, yet his commitment never wavered. He remained active on sets until his final years, with his last Columbia short, Pardon My Nightshirt, 1956, and recurring TV appearances in The Real McCoys, 1957, reflecting a career that had endured over 4 decades. It contrasted his often scruffy on-screen persona, which only added to his charm as a veteran actor who could adapt to any role. Andy Clyde passed away on May 18, 1967, in Los Angeles at the age of 75 from natural causes. At the time of his death, he was still working, and his estimated net worth was around $2 million. Remembered as one of classic Hollywood's enduring comic talents, Clyde's legacy lies in his ability to bring warmth, laughter, and reliability to every role, leaving an indelible mark on both film and television history. Madge Blake as Flora McMichael. Madge Blake was born on May 31, 1899, in Kinsley, Kansas. At 58 years old, she played Flora McMichael, the gentle, lovesick sister in The Real McCoys, 1957. Her warmth and slightly bumbling charm made Flora a beloved recurring character, complementing Grandpa Amos's stern demeanor. Her performance gave the series an affectionate depth that resonated with audiences throughout its run. Blake began her acting career surprisingly late, near age 50, but quickly became a familiar face on television. Before The Real McCoys, she appeared as Larry Mondello's mother in Leave It to Beaver, and later as Aunt Harriet Cooper in 96 episodes of Batman, earning recognition for her comic timing and endearing presence. She also had smaller but memorable roles in Singin' in the Rain, 1952, and the Peabody Award-winning episode The Fountain of Youth from Colgate Theater, 1958, which showcased her versatility despite starting late in the industry. Behind her steady screen career, Blake led a life few would have guessed. During World War II, she and her husband, James Lincoln Blake, held top-secret security clearance while working in the Utah desert on components for the Manhattan Project, receiving commendations from the U.S. government for their contributions. This extraordinary background contrasted sharply with the light-hearted characters she portrayed on screen, revealing a remarkable duality of courage and charm in her personal and professional life. Blake faced health challenges in her later years that affected her roles. While filming Batman, she narrowly avoided being dismissed by producers, thanks to Adam West's intervention, but her appearances were limited as her heart condition worsened. She continued acting in guest roles, including in The Doris Day Show, 1969, as Mrs. Hardy, until her health declined. On February 19, 1969, she suffered a fatal cardiac arrest at Huntington Memorial Hospital, passing away at age 69. She was laid to rest beside her mother at Grandview Memorial Park. Her net worth at the time of death was estimated at around $1 million. Remembered as a late-blooming talent with extraordinary life experiences, she left a lasting legacy of warmth, humor, and resilience in television history. Jon Lormer as Sam Watkins. Jon Lormer was born on January 1, 1906, in the United States. At 53 years old, he played Sam Watkins, a farmer in Laramie, 1959. His portrayals added depth to the small-town Western setting, giving credibility and texture to the world of the McCoys and their neighbors. Lormer built a career as a reliable character actor, frequently appearing as doctors, judges, and townspeople. He also appeared in notable series such as The Twilight Zone and Perry Mason, which highlighted his ability to adapt to different genres while remaining a recognizable presence. Despite being constantly cast in minor roles, his professionalism kept him working steadily for decades. The consistency of his career was mirrored in his personal life. He maintained a stable marriage to Ruth Lormer, which provided balance and support amid the demands of guest appearances and episodic television. This personal grounding helped him navigate the challenges of a career defined by brief but memorable performances rather than stardom. Jon Lormer passed away on March 19, 1986 in Burbank, California, at the age of 79 due to cancer. His estimated net worth at the time of death was under $500,000, reflecting a lifetime of steady work rather than blockbuster fame. He is remembered as one of television's most reliable and hard-working character actors. Butch Patrick as Greg Howard / Greg Butch Patrick was born on August 2, 1953, in Inglewood, California. At 10 years old, he played Greg Howard, a recurring character in Laramie, 1963. His youthful presence added energy and authenticity to the later seasons, bridging the generational dynamics among the McCoys and their community. Patrick's early fame soon skyrocketed with his iconic role as Eddie Munster in The Munsters, which cemented his place in television history. However, the pressures of early stardom led to personal struggles, including substance abuse that lasted for decades. His career faced interruptions due to multiple scandals and arrests related to alcohol and drug issues. Despite these hardships, Patrick rebuilt his life with determination. In 2010, he completed rehabilitation successfully, and shortly thereafter, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer in 2011, which he managed to overcome. His long-term recovery reflects a commitment to both health and personal stability. As of 2026, Butch Patrick is 73 years old and living a peaceful life with his wife, Layla Murray. His estimated net worth is around $250,000, derived from early acting roles and careful management of his legacy. Patrick remains a symbol of resilience for child actors navigating the challenges of early fame. Marjorie Bennett as Amanda Comstock / Mrs. Comstock. Marjorie Bennett was born on January 15, 1896, in Australia. At 62 years old, she played Amanda Comstock, the talkative and quirky neighbor in Laramie, 1958. Her performance added a humorous and colorful layer to the small-town setting, giving the show memorable character depth. After moving to Hollywood, Bennett faced years of uncertainty, taking small character roles wherever possible. She appeared in films like High Society, 1956, as Grace Kelly's sister, and later in The Front Page, 1974, using these appearances to maintain her presence despite being frequently overlooked due to her unconventional looks. Her career was a testament to persistence, highlighting how she could bring charm and humor to even minor roles. Her personal life was shaped by solitude and resilience. Married to television advertiser Walter C. Bennett, she lost him early, leaving her without children. She focused on her craft and continued acting whenever opportunities arose, appearing in both television and film character roles, often bringing warmth and humor to her scenes and earning respect among colleagues for her professionalism. Marjorie Bennett passed away on June 14, 1982, in Hollywood at the age of 86 due to stomach cancer. She was remembered fondly by colleagues for her professionalism and enduring humor. Her estimated net worth at the time of death was around $300,000, reflecting a modest but steady career as a character actress. Willard Waterman as Mac McGinnis. Willard Waterman was born on September 2, 1914, in the United States. At 43 years old, he played Mac McGinnis, a recurring adult character in Laramie, 1957, adding a grounded and familiar presence to the show's ensemble. His comedic timing and approachable demeanor helped balance the series' dramatic elements. Waterman's career was dominated by his iconic role as Throckmorton Gildersleeve in The Great Gildersleeve, which brought him fame but also created typecasting challenges. He also appeared in films such as The Man Who Cheated Himself, 1950, and Rooster Cogburn, 1975, using these roles to demonstrate range while still being primarily recognized for his radio and television work. These projects show how he balanced between typecast roles and occasional character parts in feature films. His family life provided stability amid professional constraints. Married to Mariana Greenwood, the couple had 2 daughters. Despite typecasting limiting his career growth, Waterman continued acting in television series and guest appearances, maintaining his reputation as a reliable and consistent performer until his health declined. Willard Waterman passed away on February 2, 1973, at the age of 62 due to cirrhosis of the liver. His estate was valued at approximately $1 million. Waterman's legacy endures as a skilled performer who brought warmth, humor, and consistency to every role he undertook. Stanley Farrar as Dr. Sloan/Dr. Talmadge. Stanley Farrar was born on March 10, 1910, in the United States. At 48 years old, he played Dr. Sloan, a local physician appearing in Laramie, 1958, providing a calm and rational presence amid the town's conflicts. His portrayal helped anchor several storylines, giving the series a touch of credibility and warmth. Farrar's career largely consisted of supporting roles in television and stage productions, often in dramas and small-screen anthology shows. He also appeared in episodes of Perry Mason and Alfred Hitchcock Presents, which showcased his versatility despite not achieving leading man status. These experiences reflect the challenges of sustaining a long-term acting career when typecasting and low-budget work dominated his schedule. In his personal life, Farrar maintained a steady marriage with Ruth Farrar, providing stability amidst the uncertainties of his profession. Financial pressures were constant due to the sporadic naure of acting work, requiring him to accept multiple minor roles simultaneously to support his household. His perseverance illustrates the struggles of character actors in mid-20th century Hollywood. Stanley Farrar passed away on December 14, 1974, in Los Angeles at the age of 63 due to a sudden heart attack. His estate was modest, estimated at under $200,000, reflecting a life dedicated to craft over wealth. Robert Foulk, as Vance Armbruster, Ed Bailey. Robert Foulk was born on July 22, 1908, in the United States. At 50 years old, he played Vance Armbruster / Ed Bailey, the imposing authority figure in Laramie, 1958, bringing intensity and physical presence to the town's law enforcement. His size and gravitas made him memorable even in supporting roles. Foulk's screen career was dominated by westerns and police roles, including appearances in Bonanza and The Virginian, which highlighted his niche as a tough, no-nonsense character actor. While prolific, appearing in hundreds of television episodes, he struggled to break into leading roles, reflecting the pressures of Hollywood typecasting for actors with strong physical traits. His personal life remained private. He was married to Alice Foulk, and the couple managed to maintain a low-profile family life despite his constant work in the industry. The balance of steady employment and marital stability was a key aspect of his life, even as he contended with the frustrations of limited recognition. Robert Foulk passed away on February 25, 1989, in California at the age of 80 due to heart disease. His net worth was estimated at around $500,000, a modest sum that mirrored a life spent contributing consistently to film and television without the fame of top-billed stars. Olan Soule as Mr. Copley / Mr. Dudley. Olan Soule was born on May 26, 1909, in the United States. At 49 years old, he played Mr. Copley and Mr. Dudley, the school teacher and local shopkeeper who appeared in The Real McCoys, 1958 to 1962. His portrayals added warmth and humor to the McCoy household, giving the teenage grandchildren guidance and the audience a relatable slice of small-town life. Behind his on-screen presence, Soule cultivated an extraordinary voice acting career that would define him for decades. He became the iconic voice of Batman / Bruce Wayne in Hanna-Barbera's animated series for 15 years and contributed to numerous other animated projects. This vocal versatility allowed him to reach audiences far beyond live action, proving that talent could transcend physical limitations. Soule's later years were challenged by serious health issues. He passed away on February 1, 1994, in Corona, California, at the age of 84 due to lung cancer. Even as his life ended, his contributions to both animation and live-action television left an indelible mark on generations of viewers and listeners. So there you have it, a glimpse into the lives of the Real McCoys, 1957, cast in 2026. From shocking tragedies to surprising successes, their journeys reveal that the story behind the screen can be just as compelling as the one in front of it. Which cast member's life change surprised you the most? Comment below and don't forget to subscribe for more updates on your favorite classic shows.